In this support video, I will run through the different visualization options under this new intermediate menu option. And this, of course, is available within our Getting Started Power BI template and, of course, in the advanced option as well. So the first visualization under the intermediate menu is called the Invite History Sunburst. So let's go over to that one. Once again, always look out for a description of what is covered on that specific page at the top here. So here we are looking at your invite history data, and that is shown in a sunburst on the left hand side here, and then on the right hand side we are giving you the list of relevant invitees. On the right hand side here you've got some filter or drill down options, and we can go and say only show me in progress and not started, for example. So let's do that, and I can say I only want to look at a specific assessment, so Revit Fundamentals 2018, for example, and here I can see that I have got 4 people that are currently in progress that have logged in more than twice. So this measure here in the middle is showing us the number of times they have logged into the assessment portal. So say, for example, you see that there is quite a high score here. So there is a number 6. That means they have logged in 6 times. That might be something that you want to go and discuss with them, because this might indicate that, you know, that they are seeking outside help for completing the assessment, or, you know, doing further study, which might compromise the results, or perhaps there's just no commitment to complete the assessment. So once again, on the outside of this sunburst, you are looking at the assessment name. This ring here shows the result status, and the ring on the inside shows us the number of logins, the number of times they have logged into the assessment portal. What is nice is I can actually select one of these options, and I can see that that's sort of representing 10% of my overall data, and I can then very quickly see who is that person that has logged in 6 times, and I can go and discuss the matter with them. If I want to go back to my previous options, I can just double click in the middle here, and that will then basically reset the sunburst visualization. Other filter options here, I can drill down via account name, via expiry date. I even have a relative send date period. So say, for example, I wanted to isolate invites only from the last month. I could come here and say only show me the last month, and I don't have any data, so that's why that one is blank. And then lastly, user status. So for example, I want to look at data linked to invitees only or employees only. I can make that selection on the last filter option there. Okay, so that's invite history sunburst. Let's go and take a look at result analysis with averages. So this visualization is really effective in comparing your results with the overall company average. So you're looking here at the result of the user against the company average at the back there. And the second column shows you the deviation from the variance from the company average. And then that shows you the variance. The third one shows you the variance as a percentage. Okay. So notice now, if I go and drill down via a specific test name, Revit Fundamentals, that average does update because it takes an average per the test name selected. So I can now see this person scored just under 40% and the company average is 56. So therefore I can see what is the variance against the company average. So this one is really handy, and you can drill down also via results score grade if you wanted to isolate a specific group of people. Say, for example, you only wanted to look at your priority development group, and that is the group that scores below 50%. Okay, so this one is quite good. Have a play and let me know what some feedback on this one. Then let's take a look at results analysis Sunburst. Works similarly to the invite history Sunburst. Let's take a look at what is included in the Sunburst at the moment. So if we just activate it, we can see that in the inside ring we are looking at test name. We are then looking at subcategories, which is the test year, as well as the test month, and then the results score grade. You can update any of these subcategories just by dragging different fields into the Sunburst if you like. So once again, I can use my right-hand panel to then select a specific assessment. For example, I can go and select Revit Fundamentals, and what can I see here? So I can basically then see that I have got 4 results as part of Revit Fundamentals, and we are looking at the average score here on the outside. So I can see that my scores range from 7 to 82, and I can see that some of the assessments were completed in June, some was completed in September, and one was completed in January. If I wanted to return to the previous menu, I can also just release my filter option here, and I can also use the Sunburst to filter down. So I can click on a specific assessment name, and that will then also take me to that same place. So have a play around with this animated Sunburst. You can also bring in another area here if you wanted to see who the relevant people were. I just wanted to keep the visualization as large as possible to demonstrate it, but you can also bring in another area if you wanted to see the affected people or the relevant people. And you can also update any of these subcategory fields, as I said. Okay, so that's result analysis animated Sunburst. Let's go then to our training tag detail. So notice as part of our beginners menu, we have this consolidated training needs analysis visualization. If I wanted to look at more detail regarding training tags specifically, I can come here to training tag details. And here I can click, for example, on views, because I can see that was a training tag which was triggered by many people. And I can see it was triggered 8 times. And 2 individuals were involved. Okay, so then I can use that to then influence my training plan. I can also filter down via dynamic group or one of my user data fields if I wanted to isolate specific groups of data. Okay, so this is looking at training tags linked to my results data. Okay, then we can look at incorrect question analysis. This is then question scores less than 100%. So here I can see, the question names that my team mostly got incorrect, and I can decide, what group of data I want to look at. So I can once again double click rooms and see, okay, my team did fairly well on this question name. Who were the people that did well on rooms, for example? So if I click it, I can see that those 3 people were my star users as far as that specific question name is concerned, and I can also view their overall average test score and some other data linked to their invite history. So play around with that one. That's incorrect question analysis. Similarly, we've got incorrect module analysis. Works exactly the same as the previous one, but this is now looking at module scores less than 100%. Okay. Then let's look at skipped question detail. So here we are looking at your skipped question analysis. So that is where users selected the skip question button from within the assessment interface. And on the left hand side, we are looking at the question names that were skipped and how many users skipped them. So we can also then just sort via the count of result ID to see which questions my team skipped most. I can then go and select a specific question name and once again see the relevant people linked to that specific question name. And once again using my right hand side panel to filter down if I want to isolate specific data. Okay, so that's skipped question detail, and then we'll look at training requests. So same story as before, we are looking at the number of times that a specific question was user clicked the training question button for a specific question name. So I can see here that CAD files, there was one person who click the training request button on this question. If I select the question, I can see who the relevant person is. Okay, so looking at your training request details. So that then concludes this support video, which covers the intermediate area as part of our Getting Started Power BI template. Just before I close off the support video, I just wanted to show you that there is also an advanced area, an advanced menu option, which forms part of the advanced template. So once you have familiarized yourself with the beginners and the intermediate area, you may feel the need to then also explore the advanced menu option. And you can see that we've got a number of additional visualization options included as part of the advanced menu, including a number of scorecards which you might find useful. So there is a support video covering the advanced visualizations, so have a look out for that one if you just wanted to quickly see what we cover in that part of the template.